Hello, and welcome to Interesting Radio, where we talk about all your many interesting things. And now, for our featured presentation. Today's short story is called Jared Jockband, taken from The Little Primer, page 4. Jared Jockband was a very old man who lived out in the middle of nowhere. Because he lived in a shack, people thought he was an eccentric man. They would often say, "Why a shack? Why not a house?" But he didn't care. He liked living in his shack. He always enjoyed eating strange foods like fried carrots dipped in flour whiskey. He even let his chickens sleep in the shack with him. When he got to his place, or why he still owned the place, is a mystery all in itself. Some say he stole it from his older brother who used to own it. The truth is that he never had a brother, though. Well, the old man, Jared Jockband, always said this about himself and his place: "I like the idea of living out in the middle of nowhere. It's like living outside the box." A very true statement for him, I believe. This has just been your short story today. Story Jared Jockband comes from The Little Primer, page 4, published by Weirdo Press, 2004. Used by permission. Today's poem is a poem called Winter, written by Anna Zock. Winter, with woods serene and a howling wind, is pleasant to my senses, and winter sky a feast for my eyes. In view of pines, to me winter reminds of times reading and staying warm by a fire. And out from the cold, winter reminds of stories told, both now and long ago. And should you get a glimpse of winter's wonderful gifts, you would be reminded of God's mercy and might. Yes, even on a wintry night. The poem Winter, written by Anna Zock, published, used by permission. This is in your poetry reading. To the hour, I'm Jamie Rowland. Now, the latest development breaking story is about geologists and the studies of girthy Earth volcanoes. A very important study, or so some say, but some are having their doubts. Rodney Clay has a story. While geologists attempt to find the girth around all the world's volcanoes, most countries in Europe say they will not help fund them. The HEGFH is scrambling to get proper funding, saying that, quote, "If we do not understand the scope of that which we are dealing with, we will be unprepared for changes that will occur." Not everyone shares their opinion, however. Today I spoke with James Richer, a geologist at the University of Beverly Hills, and he said, "Although I agree with the fact that changes will occur, I don't believe this has anything to do with girthing the Earth's volcanoes. On the contrary, I believe that we should be studying the surface underneath the Earth in places where ore is harvested." "More is involved here," said Dana Rutledge, a professor at Williamson College. "We're not just talking about volcanoes or ore. We're talking about a scenario that will affect our lakes, our forests, our natural rock-like national earth-made beauties, our plants, our flowers, our poppies. After this lull, in a short time, maybe even in the next 3 to 5 years, I believe that the problem will become so bad as to affect our oceans." Anna? Hold on. "As to affect our oceans and the plants that thrive therein, particularly kelp. And as much as we try to jog around the subject and oppose those folks that see this great catastrophe lurking at our doorstep, we owe it to ourselves and to the next generation to make sure that we don't let this happen," she says. As to what the problem was, she merely said, "I don't want the subject to become overdue." I also asked her about what she felt the solution for this, quote, problem was, but she did not wish to comment on that either. Finally, she said this: "I feel that we must decrease our popper productions, stop making useless orbs, stop wasting time on pop operas, and not waste money trying to find a way to make mice pets, origins of the coffee cup, etc." She finished with this conclusion: "I believe the ideal thing is to pop onto the scene, jump onto the stage, quote, peer into the ocean, so to speak, and realize that what we eat plays a vital role in this thing as a whole." I'm Ron Clay. And that's our story for today. If you would like to listen to many more interesting things, go to our website at strangerangenews.org. I'm Ron Clay.